give people time if they want to check the feed. It might take a couple of minutes for people to straggle in. So that's the end of the warm-up period. Still don't have any viewers. I guess after the first game, not everybody wanted to tune in. Well, this is game number 2. After the first game against Nest, we now match up against Crunch, Tampa Bay Crunch, out of Wesley Chapel. Well, we're on to Buffalo, they say. We're on to the Crunch now. We'll forget the first one, put it behind us, and try to do better in the second one.
Yes, sir.
So in game number 1, we fell behind 3-0 early in the first period. You came back, and then eventually tried to fight back into it. Got within a couple of goals, but then but it was too much, and the boys couldn't catch up. So they ended up losing 5-2. So we'll try again in the second game, hoping for a better outcome. Hopefully all the kids have their gear. Be a good start. Off to a better start already.
That would be a big win.
Yeah. 0-1 against the equipment, and 0-1 on the day. So looking for a better outcome here in the second game.
This will be a better one.
Certainly looking for more, looking for better, and think the kids are going to be ready to bring it. So I had a bit of a hard time getting a handle on who was playing where in game number 1. Now, I think with all the kids and all the gear, they'll be out to play game number 2 in a more traditional lineup setup, and it'll be easier for me to keep up with. So to start the game, Petruska Dudley is your D pair. Your forward line is Schroeder, Miller, and Howell. Face-off won there by Crunch. Played into the Bulls' end. Petruska retreats behind the net, which is filled with Braden Robinson. Elijah Lane got the start in game number 1. Braden Robinson gets the start here in game number 2. Along the boards, ahead to Schroeder. Off the boards, through center ice, to the stick of Levi Miller, and then turned over there. Now going the other direction. Uh-oh. Somehow that fell to the stick of a Crunch player. Put on frame early. Now here comes Kellen at the blue line. No passing lane, so he's just going to skate it himself. Dump it in and go for a change. Pisa comes out with McGlynn. That's your second D pair. And you'll have Friedel, Pischulin, and Jaden Mason as line 3. Across to Jaden Mason here at the blue line, top of the circle, makes one move, pushed off the puck into the corner. Jaden Mason tries to kick it out front, knocked off his stick though. Now picked up by Crunch, played up to the blue line, held in by McGlynn. Shot, kicked in front by the Crunch, then played to half ice and out. And then Pisa, I think, takes a trip there. Well, so we'll go on the power play, the penalty kill early in this first period. 11 minutes, 43 seconds left in the first. Ocho comes over the ice, or over the boards with Mason Romano. Petruska and McGlynn, your D pair, because Pisa is now in the box. Face off to the right of Braden Robinson. Angle is just kind of weird here where I'm standing, but do the best I can. One there by Ocho. Behind the net for McGlynn, wrapped around the boards.
Just skate.
Here picked up for Ocho, take to the half line, to the blue line, top of the circle, just shot in, looking for a rebound, played into the corner, then right back out front, picked up there though by the Crunch. They looked to clear it out, but taken over again by Ocho. Played low, and then behind the net for the Crunch. Off the half boards, up and out of the zone come the Crunch, through neutral ice, through half ice. Taken off the stick of the Crunch there by somebody on the Bulls. centering feed right out front, and another whistle. On who? On who? Oh, Petruska now takes a penalty. We go down 5-on-3. Jeez. 2 defensemen in the box, so McGlynn and Dudley are going to have to come out and try to kill this off in a 5-on-3 situation. We'll have Mark out to replace Ocho and Romano. 11 minutes left in this first period. 5-on-3 for at least 49 seconds. Faceoff won there by the Crunch. Up to the blue line, taken over there by Mark Schroeder. He's going to take the blue line. Just hold it. Look, top of the circle, shot. A little bit wide. Up the boards, held in though by McGlynn. Shot tipped. On net, actually. Now coming out from behind the net. Here come the Crunch going the other way to the blue line and then offside. Nice work there from Mark Schroeder. Kill off some time. 18 seconds left on this 5-on-3. Friedel's going to come over the boards. Still Mark, still Dudley.
Long shift.
Face off in the neutral zone here. One there by Schroeder, played off the boards, off the glass, then it's going to go down for icing. Man, even on a 5-on-3, you can't ice it. Tough, but them's are the breaks. So the face-off now, after all that hard work, is going to come back down to the offensive zone. 12 seconds left on the 5-on-3 before who's coming out. Pisa, I think, yeah. Face-off controlled there by the Bulls. Now it's Evan Friedel with space. Busts into the zone to the blue line. Top of the circle. Taken off, and then he knocks the... Oh, wow. So that'll take the first penalty to the end. Evan Friedel just took that from end to end and knocked the net off its moorings. That'll kill that penalty. Now we got one out. Jaden Mason's coming out. He'll replace Mark Schroeder. He's joined by Roland Johnson, and for now you have Dudley and Friedel as your D pair. Friedel playing offense and defense. Played it to the blue line. Oh no, past the stick of Friedel. Now it's 2-on-1 going the other way. Dudley's back. Cross-ice feed intercepted there though. Now straight ahead through center ice. Here comes Friedel. He's got space. Let's see if he can get on it. He's got Johnson with him if he looks. Stops and just slings it on net. Not bad. But saved. Now it's going the other direction. Gunned in from the blue line and then steered aside. Second penalty is just about up too. Johnson plays it up and out of the zone. Picked up there though by the Crunch. Played back to their blue line. Now picked up here by Jaden Mason. Top of the circle. Face-off dot. Shot. Steered wide. I think this must be a younger team. Played it there behind the net by the Crunch. Held in by Pastulin. Into the corner. He loses the puck. To... Well, nobody yet. He's still on it. And then now finally it is pulled out by the Crunch. Wrapped around the boards. Held into the blue line by Pisa. Dumped down low, but kicked up and out of the zone. Now it's going the other direction. McGlynn is back. Shot wide. Rims all the way up to the blue line. Now it's going to be picked up here by Jaden Mason. Jaden Mason, top of the circle, high slot, stops, shoots, steered aside. Played up to the blue line, held in for Howell. He's going to shoot it along the ice, look for a rebound, no dice. Now Pastulin into the corner, wraps it up for Brody McGlynn. McGlynn off the boards, back down low. And then Pastulin behind the net, looks for Howell, couldn't find him. Now it's Howell at the top of the circle to McGlynn, across to Pisa. Shot tipped high. We're now out in front of the net. Howell shovels at it. Kept out there by the Crunch. Remains 0-0 early on in this first period. Will Bulls kill off the 5-on-3, a 5-on-4? Or a 5-on-3 sandwich by a couple of 5-on-4s? Offensive zone face-off. We'll have Ocho with Howell and Romano. Face-off won by the Bulls, but eventually taken over there by jeez, what a disaster. They tried to dump it in and just fell. Now it's Ocho in the high slot. Loses it to the stick of Romano, though. He's looking for a centering feed. Can't find Howells on the far side of the net. Well, short shift there for that line. They'll be replaced by Schroeder, Johnson, and Miller. Face-off that time, controlled by the Crunch. Crunch take it behind the net, wrapped it around the boards to Petruska. Played up in the air, held in again by Petruska. Trying to get it off the wall. Eventually does find the stick of Mark Schroeder. Played down low behind the net. Cycled the other direction for Dudley. Dudley holds it in. He takes it behind the net for Johnson. Johnson looking to get it out front. Can't get it off his stick. Eventually does, finds Dudley. Rolls off his stick. Not held in there. No, it is. Wow. And then Schroeder taken down from behind. No call coming there. Played up and off the blue line. Through past everybody. Now Dudley's going to have to go chase this down. Dudley behind the net. Plays up around the boards for Johnson. To Schroeder. Tipped high over the net. Nice tip there. Now into the corner here for the Crunch. Played up into the middle, high slot, turned over. Now Dudley just going to take it out, relieve some pressure. He's going to take it into the high slot area, make a couple of moves. Kind of got interdicted by Johnson there. Johnson now comes up with it from behind the net, all the way up to the blue line, not held in by Friedel. So that line will be replaced now by Jaden Mason, Alex Pistulin, Miles Pisa. Well, Friedel is going to jump up onto the to the wing there. So Pisa and McGlynn are your D pair here. Face off eventually won there by the Crunch. And played in to the Bulls end, dropped for McGlynn. He's just going to retreat behind the net, look for space, wraps it around for Friedel along the boards, tipped into the middle of the ice and lost. Friedel goes down. And then covered there by Braden Robinson. So Ocho's going to come out now with Johnson and Romano. Face off to the left of Braden Robinson. D pair remains McGlynn, Pisa. Face off won there by the Crunch, I guess. Face offs are hard. I can never tell who's actually winning them. Pass the stick of Johnson, held in, shot. Off the stick of Pisa behind the net, wrapped around hard. To Mason, Romano. Held into the blue line, though, by the Crunch. They look for a centering feed, can't get it. Now out into the middle, Pisa and Johnson both kind of converge there. Eventually, Pisa comes out with the puck, cycles it back around the net for McGlynn. McGlynn ahead to Ocho. Ocho on the break here. Just going to drive the high slot area. Looks for Johnson in the middle, shot save, bouncing around and then covered in a whistle. The net comes off again.
His fault.
I can't score for them.
We'll get a change here. Schroeder comes out, Howell, Miller, Petruska, Dudley, your D pair. Offensive zone face-off to the right of the Crunch goalie. Fills up the whole net. You know where Davey is? She's not. Can you look for her, please? Face-off controlled by the Bulls eventually. Now Miller right out front, tipped wide Schroeder. Behind the net, Schroeder from Miller. Into his skates, though. Can't control it. Held in now Dudley. Dudley and Miller converge. Dudley comes away with the puck, then loses it. Now played to the blue line and out. Crunch going the other direction. By the stick of Petruska. Then got down low and managed to get it on net, covered by Robinson, and we'll get a whistle. Mason, Pistulin, and Friedel back over the boards. Defensive zone face-off here. 5 minutes left in the first, scoreless game. Face-off controlled by the Crunch, played all the way down to the other end. Pistulin chasing it. He's looking for it. Got it behind the net. Centered out front off the backhand of Jaden Mason. Now into the corner. Wrapped up the boards. Dudley top of the circle. Shot deflected wide. Pistulin. To the blue line, held in by Petruska and Friedel. Now it comes out for Crunch. No trip called there. Now Friedel to the blue line, played up and over. Now out. Shoveled in front by Pistulin. Behind the net for Jaden Mason. Looking for the shot at the blue line, now held in Friedel. Picked up there by Crunch. Played up and out of the zone. To half ice they come. They're gonna dump it in and get a change. Pisa behind the net for McGlynn. Ahead to Pistulin. Through the middle for Jaden Mason. He's going to dump it and go for a change. Johnson comes over the board with Ocho Romano. Held in there Pisa. And then played up and out of the zone. Picked up in the middle by McGlynn. Cross-ice pass off the boards for Romano. Tipped in the middle and then offside. Just couldn't quite find the touch there. What? Is she with someone though? Yeah. Michelle Romano?
No.
Kristen.
Okay. And Miles.
Good. Neutrals on face-off now. Ocho, Johnson, Romano, Pisa, McGlynn. Face-off controlled there by Ocho. Then dumped in by Romano behind the net. Johnson giving chase. Played around the corner, up the boards. Cross-ice pass from Romano, misses Pisa. Drop down low now for McGlynn. Cross-ice pass for Miles Pisa. Gains half ice, just about loses the puck there. Picked up though by Romano, tried to dump it in, intercepted. Now played to half ice, intercepted by Grant Petruska. Played up to the blue line, dumped in. Intercepted going the other way. Here come the Crunch. Dudley out on the bench late. Or out on the ice late, I should say. Into the corner. Now behind the net. 2.5 minutes left in the scoreless first. Step into it. Picked up by the Crunch at center ice. And then here comes Johnson to pick up that turnover. Somebody got hooked. Johnson, I think. That was a penalty on us? Trying to sort out who this penalty was on. It was on Romano. Wow. Okay. Doesn't happen often, but we get called there for a trip on a 2-on-1 breakaway. So to the left of Braden Robinson, Schroeder comes out with Howell. The deep pair Petruska Dudley. Face-off won there by the Crunch. Shot tipped wide. Now up the boards to the blue line and out. No icing, they say. They're going to have to go the other direction. Here comes Schroeder, fired out of a cannon. Behind the net, picks it up, looking for Howell out front, can't find him. Instead finds Petruska, the high slot, tipped wide. And then Howell there, turns around, spins, his shot behind the net. Now going to be Dudley. Drop down low for Schroeder in the corner. Now picked up by the Crunch. Played off the back of their own net. They reverse ice and pick it up there. Look to play it out. Played off the boards. Petruska goes down. Shot, save, blocked. Now shot behind the net. Picked up here by Howell. He looks to swing it around the other side, but hit the ref. Now Dudley finds Howell in his skates at the blue line. Oh my gosh, Kellen. Jeez, finally do get it out though. He comes off the ice, replaced by Jaden Mason and Evan Friedel. Picked up at the blue line by the Crunch. Played in. Miles Pisa, 0-0 with a minute left. Penalty, 20 more seconds left on it. Played off the boards, Jaden Mason. Played off the boards, trying to get it through the Crunch, but picked up at the blue line there. Now it's Evan Friedel again off the boards. Now he's got it at the face-off dot, looking for Jaden Mason, out front, shot. Save, looked for his own rebound, couldn't get it. Less than a minute left, 0-0. 3 seconds left on the penalty to Mason Romano. Face off now to the left of the Crunch goalie. Won there by Jaden Mason. Shot, gloved up high, and then bounced in the blue paint. Really misplayed there. To the blue line, to half ice come the Crunch, then dumped in there. Played hard behind the net. Miles Pisa cycles it back behind the net. Nobody there, though. McGlynn eventually finds the puck along the boards. Pisa ahead to Friedel. Friedel to the blue line, now at center ice. Tries to tip it past the Crunch player into the corner. Is not going to get there. But now he chases it down in the other corner, drops it to the blue line. Here comes Brody McGlynn. Shot through traffic, kicked aside. Held in now by Pisa. Played behind the net. Less than 10 seconds left in the first. Here's Pashulin in the corner. Looking for a centering feed, couldn't find it. 3 seconds, then 2. That'll be the end of the first period. 0-0. Go the Bulls in the Crunch. Scoreless after 1. Well, this first period was better than the last game's first period, where we let up 3. Today we've let up 0, but we've scored 0. So need to come out of this intermission here with some tenacity. Let's see what the Bulls can pull out. Center ice face-off. Ocho had to go get the puck all the way in the corner. Okay, I was like, who's coming out here? Because I saw Johnson and Romano. I didn't see Ocho. He had to go dig the puck out of the corner. So center ice face-off to start this second period. I think this, I'll tell you, just from looking, it looks like this team is younger than our team. Should give advantage Bulls, but we got it. Have not been outworked yet, these Crunch players. Face-off won there by the Bulls. Back to the stick of Petruska. Head to Johnson. At the blue line, try to get it off his stick. Eventually does find Romano. Drop for Dudley. Dudley back low again for Romano. Behind the net, nobody there. Johnson, can he find it in the corner up the half boards? Held in by Pisa. Pisa on his backhand. Just couldn't get it off his stick. Johnson does. Now it's going the other direction, 2-on-1. Here's Dudley. And offside, they say. Blown dead offside there for the Crunch. Looked like they had a 2-on-1. Dudley was back, but trying to sort that out. The Crunch ended up offside. So neutral zone faceoff now. Schroeder, Howell, Miller. Deep pair, Petruska, Dudley. Faceoff eventually won there by the Bulls. To the stick of Miller. To Schroeder. Steered aside into the corner by the Crunch goalie. Here comes Howell on it. Puts it off the inboards for Schroeder. Schroeder up the boards looking for Dudley. Intercepted, though, by Crunch. He continues to battle on it. Put out front for Levi. Miller can't handle it. Now here come the Crunch going the other direction. Up and over the blue line. Then played down into the corner. Howell wants to go try to get this. Not going to get there first. Crunch do. Now they're up going the other way. Through center ice. Played past the stick of the Bulls defender there. Now wrapped around the boards here for Howell. Just past his stick. Held in by the Crunch. Now Miles Pisa plays it up and to the blue line. Not out. Now it's out. Tried to get it ahead to Howell, couldn't. Now McGlynn through center ice. Gonna take it and skate with it. McGlynn looking for Schroeder out front, shoveled wide. Schroeder looking for a change here. Pischulin's out. Now Jaden Mason comes over. Here's Miles Pisa behind the net from his defensive position. Played up to the blue line, knocked out of the air by Jaden Mason, eventually held in by Pisa. Back down into the corner for the crunch. Played into the corner, up the half boards, chipped into the middle of the ice off the back of their skates. Here comes Evan Friedel. He makes one move to get wide. Shot right out front. Pistulin, shot wide. Stabbing at it, then covered. Finally a whistle.
Nice cover, Xander!
So we get a new line over the boards here. Ocho, Johnson, Romano for an offensive zone faceoff. 10.5 minutes left in this second period. Scoreless game so far. Bulls just fighting an uphill battle, it seems, to find the back of the net. Maybe we shouldn't have fed him pizza and soda for lunch. Check with Scott and see if that was a good idea. Picked up here by Crunch behind the net, looking for outlet feed. Can't find it. Intercepted by Bryson Dudley. Held into the blue line now, Romano. Now picked up by the Crunch. 2-on-1 going the other way. Bryson Dudley on the back check. And then shoveled behind the net there by the Crunch. Played again behind the net. This time right out in the middle to the blue line. Nobody there. Cross-ice feed to the other blue line, then dropped down low to the face-off dot, then cycled right back down in the middle and stolen by Gabe Ochotorena. He just wants to take space, and he does. He's going to find the blue line. Now trying to get it off his stick out front, can't. Going to be picked up here by the Crunch now in the corner, looking for an outlet feed. Just past the stick of Dudley, out over the blue line, right back in. Romano now Johnson. Johnson pumped in from the high slot. Change going on behind the play. Here's Petruska. Ahead now to Dudley, but intercepted by Crunch. Oh, geez, nobody there. Now just played into the zone. Thought Howell might be able to hop on that, but he couldn't. But now he has it behind the net. Looking to find somewhere out front. Couldn't get Miller. Held in at the blue line now. Pisa, shot tipped wide. Just rolling wide. Behind the net, past the stick of Miller. Wrapped up the boards. Looking to get up and out of the zone. Here they come. To the stick of Miles Pisa. Taken over there. Now for McGlynn. Hard off the boards up to the blue line and out. 8.5 minutes left in the second period. Scoreless game. Chances, no goals, 0-0. Same forward line. Face-off won by Crunch. Drop to Pisa, now McGlynn. Ahead to Miller. He overskates it. Taking over at the blue line there. McGlynn tried to dump it in, can't. Pisa ahead for Schroeder. Now Schroeder's in, but then loses it. Unbelievable. Now going the other direction. Yeah. It's offside, guys. 0-0. 8 minutes left in the second. Pistulin, Mason, Friedel. Deep air here. Petruska, Dudley. Face-off won there by, well, I guess eventually the Bulls. Played up and off the boards. Friedel wants to chase it down and does. Finds it behind the net, plays it into the corner, needs to chase it down now. Holds it in at the half boards, now to the face-off dot. Just gonna shoot it, blocked high up into the air and then gloved. We'll get an offensive zone face-off here. Dudley, Petruska, your deep pair, I should say. Face-off won there by the Bulls. Back to Petruska. Now down low for Pistulin. Behind the net, Jaden Mason. He looked for the wraparound. Couldn't get it, though. Looking for pay dirt there. Couldn't get it to fly. Now going back the other way. Wrapped around the board for the Bulls. Picked up here Pistulin, who does find Friedel. through neutral ice. Here comes Friedel, top of the circle. Shot steered behind the net. Friedel up to the blue line, held in Petruska, nice play. Shot along the ice, steered away easily by the Crunch. They like to play it out, pass everybody. This will go down for icing. Ocho, Romano, Johnson come over the boards. New D pair will be McGlynn and Pisa for this offensive zone face-off. 0-0, 7 minutes left in this second period. To the right of the Crunch goalie. Face-off controlled there by the Crunch. Behind the net they go. Just cycle it up the boards. Held in though by McGlynn to Ocho. Chipped behind the net for Johnson. Johnson goes down. Looks to find Romano. Romano circling. Oh, tried to find McGlynn. Just couldn't bounce it off the net hard enough. Now it's going to go all the way down to the other end. No icing as we played the puck, so McGlynn is going to have to go get it, and he does. Slides it off the boards, held in though at the blue line. Again held in at the blue line. To the top of the circle, McGlynn and Pisa. Pisa tried to wrap it around the corner. Finds Johnson. Johnson ahead for Ocho. 2-on-1, Ocho and Romano. Shot high. Pisa now. His shot. Oh, and Gabe back of the net finally. Saw that one coming. Gabe jumped in hard on that rebound and just pumped it home. Finally, 1-0 Bulls. Jeez. Needed that one bad, and Gabe Ochoa-Torrena comes through. The one shining spot from today's games has been Gabe Ochoa-Torrena, and he's got a goal in the first game and now the opening goal here, game number 2. We lead for the first time today, 1-0. Face-off now, center ice. Schroeder, Howell, Miller. Face-off won by the Crunch. Pisa, McGlynn through center ice. Howell pumped it ahead to Schroeder.
Nice cover, Xander.
Mark put that one on net, saved it. Face off to the right of the Crunch goalie. Won by Schroeder, back to Dudley. Played in low behind the net for Schroeder here. Wraps it up the boards for Petruska. Petruska turns on it, then just wants to play it back down low. Bounces over the stick of Miller. Howell held in the corner. He wants to come away with it and does. Looking for Schroeder out front. Instead, he's going to drop it to Petruska at the blue line. Shipped in wide. Rebound, tapped around, and saved.
Nice job, Xander.
So that line's going to come off now. And they'll be replaced by Pischulin, Jaden Mason, and Evan Friedel there. Dudley, Petruska, your D pair.
Who was the assist on the goal?
Whoever took the shot.
The Gabe took the shot.
No, it was a shot and a rebound, and then it went to his. He got the rebound.
Who got the assist?
Mason, yeah. Mason Romano. Over the blue line and out. Jaden Mason rescues it here across to Grant Petruska. Petruska at the half line dumps it in. It's going to be chased here behind the net by Friedel. Into the corner. Battles with a Crunch player, and then a second Crunch player comes in and nabs it up. Now to the blue line, held in. Here comes Friedel, top of the circle, cross-ice feed, finds Dudley, shot, tipped wide. Pischulin planted himself in front of the net. Looked like it went off his skate, but he couldn't direct it on net. Now held at the blue line by Dudley. Jaden Mason back down low now for Friedel. Friedel pumps it out front. Couldn't find Pischulin. Again, planted in his office. So 1-0 it remains. 4.5 minutes left in the second. We lead 1-0. Face-off won there by the crunch, back behind the net and into the corner they go. Looking for an outlet feed. Held in here though by Romano. Romano into the corner, tries to chase his own puck. Played with a high stick, or did somebody get high sticked? So Romano to the box for the second time. He's going to be whistled down for a high stick there. So Ocho with Johnson to kill this penalty. McGlynn with Pisa, 1-0 we lead. Hanging on by a thread now as we give up a power play here to the crunch. Offensive zone faceoff to the left of Robinson. One straight into his glove. He just covers it, gets a whistle. We'll do it all over again. Exact same thing happens. Face-off one, right back to Robinson. He covers it, gets a whistle. Now we'll do it again. If you do this 15 times in a row, you might kill off the whole power play. Now leaned on by Ocho, kicked to the side by Johnson, behind the net and into the corner for the crunch. Cross-ice feed up to the blue line, nobody there. Now here comes Ocho just to poke it away, get it up to the blue line and out, and then play it offside. Neutral zone face-off. Howell's going to come over the boards with Schroeder. Deeper here, Dudley, Petruska, neutral zone face-off. Face-off controlled there by the Bulls. Played up and out of the zone, then played back down deep. Intercepted by Dudley. His outlet pass, though, intercepted. Held in by the crunch. Played off the boards by Howell. Now he taps it ahead for Schroeder. Schroeder's got Howell if he looks for him. Plays it wide there, though. I think it kind of rolled off his stick a little bit. Now he finds Howell in the middle. Can't get it off his stick. Then he does and just shovels it wide, though. Got tied up there. Puck coming out, going the other direction. Played to the boards by Robinson. And right back out to the middle. Picked up there by Dudley. Played off the boards, held in. Crunch. Now Dudley again. Battling off the boards with Howell. Howell comes away with it. Tried to play it up to Dudley. Got it to the blue line, but held in crunch. Shot wide. Actually, that was more of a pass. Played up to the blue line, out. Now going the other direction. See if Mark can try to get there first. Howell's barreling down the slot, trying to give Mark something to pass it to. Instead, Crunch come away with it. Now Mark and Kellen are both behind the net. Jeez, at least the penalty's up. Howell plays it forward into the crunch in. Picked up there by the crunch, though, and played out. Now Dudley to the blue line in. He goes down, loses the puck. He's joined by Miller. Miller holds it into the blue line and just plays it into the middle. Line change going on behind the play. Played down. No icing, they say. Friedel's out. Mason Pistoulin. Oh, just looking for Pistoulin. Too far for him. So it bounces off the boards up and out of the zone. 2 minutes left in the second period. Kill off the penalty. Find Pistoulin at the blue line. His cross-ice pass knocked out of the air by Jaden Mason. And then played in from the wrong side of the red line, but they say no icing. Okay. Picked up here McGlynn behind the net. His outlet feed looking for Pistoulin behind him, but gathered in. Pistoulin across the blue line, shoots it in from there. And then gloved down by the crunch goalie, no problem. 1-0. Minute 39 seconds left in this second period.
How about that?
Can't go by fast enough, Preston. Offensive zone faceoff, Ocho, Johnson, Romano, Pisa, McGlynn. To the right of the crunch goalie. One there by Ocho, back to Pisa, shot tipped wide. Johnson wants to get it in the corner, does. Plays it up to McGlynn, held in blue line, shot, tipped right out in front, wide by Ocho. Jaden, Romano with another penalty there. Looks like a trip. Somebody on the Crunch team went down hard. I don't know if it was a trip as much as he might have just stepped on Romano's stick, but either way, it's going to get called. That's his third penalty of the game. Well, he's down now and not getting up. He's up on his hands and knees. You can't see it from here. He's up on his hands and knees, so he's not laying on his back unconscious or anything. Crunch coach is out there talking to him. He's moving his arms and legs. One nothing, we lead. About to go to the penalty kill, though. I think he tripped him. Actually, I think he had his stick on the ice and he stepped on it. Kind of, yeah. So really bad. May have hit his head, though. Looks like he might have hit the back of his head. Yeah, unfortunate bounce there. We go back to the box again. We hope the player from the Crunch is okay. He took it pretty hard there. So we go back to the penalty kill. We lead 1-0. Well, no sideline reporter to update us on the injuries there. We hope he's okay. Bulls now attend to this penalty kill with Ocho, Johnson, McGlynn, Pisa. Offensive zone faceoff now here for the Crunch. Won by the Crunch. Played out to the blue line, held in. Down to the half boards. Played off the boards by Ocho, held in again, Crunch. Looking for a wraparound, stop, going the other direction. Now just played into the corner here. Played down low for McGlynn. Chipped off the boards ahead here for Ocho to the blue line and ahead. Now here comes Gabe, fighting through a little bit of a hook, and he does get a call there. It was a pretty obvious hook. So now we'll go 4-on-4, it looks like. Schroeder comes out Howell. Dudley, Petruska, offensive zone faceoff now to the left of the Crunch goalie. Well, the Crunch have too many kids. I don't know if they've noticed yet. Now they do. One boy skates back to the ice. Now we're ready to play. Tried to fire it on net, did Mark Schroeder there. Now here they come the other direction to the blue line, taken over there by Howell, then Schroeder, but dug out by the Crunch, and then Howell behind the net. He's looking for space. Ahead, does connect with Schroeder. Schroeder kicks it ahead to himself. Stops on it. He's got Howell. If he finds him, finds him. Shot high above the net. Just too high. Howell now behind the net. No, Crunch. They come away with it to the half boards, not out. Held in Schroeder. Schroeder again now in the corner, looking for Howell. Tipped aside. Now he's got it behind the net. Plays up to the blue line. Too far for Petruska. Petruska reverses. Just going to find the blue line, dump it in. That's the end of the second period. Just trying to kill off that penalty, the third penalty of the day from Mason Romano. And then Gabe picked up a hook from the other team to make it 4-on-4. Bulls had a couple shots there at the end, just couldn't get anything going. 1-0 we lead, third period. So when we start the third period, it'll be a short 4-on-4, and then Mason Romano will be let out of the box after his third penalty of the game. Now, it's tough. Do you keep Mason Romano on? Because if you get 4 penalties, I think, from the rules last year, if you get 4 penalties, you get suspended from the next game. Thank you. Assist from Preston.
And you get kicked out of this game.
And you get kicked out of this game. That's right. So if Romano gets 1 more penalty, he gets kicked out of this game, misses the next game, and he's sitting on 3 right now. So coach will have to decide, does he want to play him and risk it or let him ride the pine a little bit? Don't know that every penalty there called against Mason was well earned, but the ref called them nonetheless. So that's a count of 3. That's the end of the second intermission. 4-on-4. We'll start with Johnson. Ocho, Terrena. I don't know what we're doing. Give me a second to sort this out. Jaden Mason with Evan Friedel. Okay, I got it now. Miles Pisa and Brody McGlynn to start this third period.
Hey,
8 seconds left on the penalty to Mason Romano. Then we'll have an abbreviated power play, as I think they'll let Romano out and then Pistulin on for that short power play. Face-off won there by Jaden Mason. Played ahead by Pisa to the blue line. Jaden Mason trying to chase it down. Got there, but the Crunch come away with the puck, but turned over there to Brody McGlynn. Now Brody McGlynn, that was Jaden Mason, shoveled wide. Friedel picks it up along the half boards. He's just skating with it now, drops it for Pisa on his backhand, adjusts, and then sends it across the ice and deflected out of the zone. Now Jaden Mason to the blue line or right back in. Pistulin gonna hunt this down behind the net. McGlynn and Pisa coming off. Pistulin does find it, sends it to Jaden Mason, dump back down low. He looked to the blue line, but nobody was there. Outlet feed interrupted, but eventually does find the blue line and out. Power plays up. Pistulin trying to pull it off the boards there. Picks it up for Dudley, but turned over at the blue line. Now played back down low for Dudley. Dudley's going to skate to the blue line, find space ahead to Friedel. Kicked ahead into the Crunch end. Friedel goes down, loses the puck. Now Ocho's out with Howell. Howell dumped back down low, looking for Friedel, couldn't find him. Played off the boards again. Now Howell punched it down low for Ocho. Ocho out front, Friedel shot, misses it. Oh, and then Gabe. They gotta blow the whistle, and they do. Well, I guess I think Romano with 3 penalties might have been relegated to door opener on this. So Ocho, Howell, Levi Miller, Petruska, Dudley. Ocho wins the puck to Miller, dropped to Dudley at the blue line. His shot deflected, now out front, backhanded just wide. Man, from this vantage point, I thought it might have gone in. Picked up by Dudley at the blue line, shot, then deflected wide into the corner. Howell, he's looking for somewhere to go with it. Couldn't find anybody, and he said just dumps it all the way up and out of the zone. Jeez. Dudley's gonna have to go chase this one down all the way in the Bulls' end. Ahead to Miller. Miller off the boards, couldn't find Ocho, and then blown dead offside. 11 minutes left in this game, we lead 1-0. Neutral zone face-off now. Schroeder, Mason, Pistulin. McGlynn. Pisa, your D pair. Through the middle, taking over Jaden Mason to the blue line. Wants to take it deep. Drops it for Schroeder. He golfs it over the net. Now Pistulin holds it in. Now right out front for Schroeder. His shot wide. Jaden Mason shot off the side of the net. Jaden Mason now behind the net. Pistulin. Then Mason again. Trying to get it to his backhand. Oh, then Schroeder picked it up in the slot. Shoveled it on net, but wide. There come the crunch the other way. Going back the other direction. Taken over there, though, by the Bulls. Played off the boards. Here to center ice. Past the stick of McGlynn. Here comes Miles Pisa. Picks it up in his own end. He's going to have to retreat behind his net. Finds Pistulin. Pistulin drops it in the middle for Mark Schroeder. Mark Schroeder across the blue line. Now into the crunch in. He's all by himself, so he just waits. Finds Johnson. Wants to play it low. Johnson and Friedel are out. Friedel drops it for McGlynn. Shot. Shoveled wide. Here's Ocho. Ocho drops it to Petruska. Petruska shot. Tipped wide. Ocho again looking for the putback. Couldn't get it. 1-0. It stays. 9.5 minutes left in this third period. Bulls knocking on the door. Nobody's answering, though. Offensive zone face-off. Ocho, Friedel, Johnson, Petruska, Dudley. To the right of the crunch goalie. Held in by Friedel. Friedel from the top of the circle. Across. Oh, and Rollin Johnson finds pay dirt. 2-0 now, Bulls. Great pass from Gabriel Ocho Terrena to find the stick of Rollin Johnson. Rollin Johnson's been on a hot streak lately. And he finds one here today. We lead 2-0 now, finally. Face-off now, center ice, same 5. 2-0, we lead. Gabriel Ocho Terrena really driving play there. Finds Johnson in front of the net. Johnson's got a little bit of a scoring touch. So he puts it home. Wrapped around the boards by the crunch, up to Dudley. Dudley back down low, behind the net, Friedel. To Johnson, bottom of the circle and into the corner, comes away with it. Still has it in the corner, he's circling. He's gonna drop it up to Petruska. Blue line, shot. Ooh, gloved down by the crunch goalie. So Schroeder comes over the bench with Levi Miller, Kellen Howell. Your D pair remains Dudley Petruska now. Less than 9 minutes left in the game, we lead 2-0. I gotta get like a stand or something. I can feel the camera shaking a lot. Sorry, guys. Maybe like a stick or something that has a gimbal on the end. Face-off controlled by the crunch. Behind the net for Schroeder, though. He drops it up high to Petruska. His shot tipped wide. Oh, and then just shoveled wide by Levi Miller. Now dropped again, Petruska. Back down low behind the net. Schroeder. He overskates it. Crunch come away with it into the corner. Howell. Dump back down low. Miller, but too far for him. He continues to battle in the corner, though. Assist Schroeder comes flying in. Now behind the net. Howell had kind of abandoned his position there. Played up and held in now. Hacked right in front of the net by Howell. He's going to rim hard around the boards, Petruska. Held in now Howell. Played off the boards low. I think that went exactly where he wanted it to go. That one does, though, as he drops it to Petruska. His cross-ice pass interrupted. Still finds Dudley, top of the circle. Dudley tipped out front. Here comes Howell. Oh, just couldn't get it on his backhand. Out front for Levi Miller. Shoveled on net. Now bounced into the corner, Howell. Crunch come away with it, though. Up the boards. Held in Petruska. Now held in Miller. Kind of overskates his own puck there, though. Lots of chaos here as the puck just ping-pongs around. Howell around the net. Oh, he tried to do a wraparound, just couldn't get it up to the D-man. 7 minutes left in the game. This is going to go all the way down the other direction. Jeez. Just about made a mess of that somehow. Howell's going to go for a skate here. He's been out for marathon shift and then loses the puck to boot. Now he goes to the bench. McGlynn's going to pick it up in the Bulls in. 2-0, we lead. Pistulin ahead to Ocho, but turned over there. Now just played down low. Pisa behind the net. His outlet pass can't find Pistulin. Hacked into the middle by Ocho. Picked up by him there. He's in 3-on-2 going the other direction. Draws a trip. Crunch touch the puck there, get a whistle. We'll go to the power play. Yeah, so we haven't seen Romano since penalty number 3. Poor kid. He's been playing well. Missed half of the first game because he forgot his gloves. And then racks up 3 penalties here in this game. And really just, you can't risk it putting him out on the ice. You don't want to miss him for the rest of this game and the next. Piss off one there by Ocho. Shot gloved by Pisa. Shot by Pisa, gloved by the Crunch goalie. Ocho with the rebound in the corner, plays it up to McGlynn. McGlynn just gonna skate to the top of the circle. Hammered it a mile wide. I think he was looking for some sort of tip, but just didn't get it. Played back down low behind the net, Pistulin. Into the corner, Ocho. Behind the net, Ocho. Pistulin right out front, shot save. Ocho again. This time he's going to look across the ice and find McGlynn. McGlynn top of the circle. And another penalty. Penalty on Pistulin? I think maybe it was one of those like 3-second violations, you know, like they have in basketball. I think Pistulin was just in the blue paint too long. Here comes a Crunch the other way on this power play. Shot deflected high over the net. Now Johnson off the boards. Stolen there by the Crunch though. Tried to play it right out into the middle. Off the stick of Bryson Dudley to Schroeder. Now to the blue line and across for Friedel. Below the net. Into the corner. Wraps it up the boards to Dudley. Cross-ice pass to Petruska. And the high slot shot tipped off the post. Well, they got what they were looking for. Missed it by about half an inch. Now Rollin Johnson looking for number 2. Instead, he drops it to Petruska. Petruska again, shot wide, kicked aside by Friedel. Crunch come away with it, 2-0. We lead, but here come the Crunch. Oh, where's this kid been all game? He just skates from one end to the other. Oh, now Petruska has it off the boards of the blue line and out. Here comes Friedel. Shot and a save. A line change here. Ocho with Howell and Miller, D pair, McGlynn, Pisa. Face off in the offensive zone. 2-0, we lead, third period. 4.5 minutes left. Yeah. Get like a stick to hold this, a selfie stick. Face off won by Ocho to Miller, then Pisa, cross ice pass. McGlynn, he can't hold it into the blue line, then he does. Howell comes to rescue it. Now held in by McGlynn, played down low behind the net for Ocho. Ocho tried to shovel it out front, no home. Now here come the Crunch going the other direction. They find space through the middle. Shot, wow, kicked aside. Geez, somebody went down hard there. Miller, now Ocho at the blue line, just couldn't get it off his stick fast enough. And then offside, okay. Less than 4 minutes left. Neutral zone face-off now. Howell, Ocho, Miller, McGlynn, Pisa. Faceoff controlled by the Bulls. Back to Pisa. Cross-ice pass backhand from McGlynn. Now ahead for Miller at the blue line. Miller can't get it off his stick, then just shovels it wide and then gloved. Smart play there by the goalie, just to whistle it dead. Get a line change. Schroeder comes over the boards with Pichulin and Mason. Deep pair, Petruska, Dudley. 2-0 we lead. 3.5 minutes left in this third period. Faceoff won by the Bulls. Petruska shot deflected wide. Practice in practice quite a bit. It's got to work eventually, doesn't it? Here comes Schroeder now. Broke up that play at center ice. Now just going to dump it in deep, try to chase his own puck. Hunts it down in the corner, but picked up by the crunch. Played to the blue line, held in Petruska. Taken over there, though, by the crunch in the corner. Played up the boards to the blue line and out. Behind Dudley. Picks it up here, though, in the Bulls end. Off the boards for Petruska. Ahead to Jaden Mason, and then just misses Schroeder there somehow. Now Dudley played in from the blue line. A little less than 3 minutes now. Here's Jaden Mason behind the net. Schroeder in the corner. Behind the net for Jaden Mason. Plays it behind the net to himself, then wrapped up the boards to Dudley. Dudley back down low. Ooh, just bounced over Jaden Mason's stick. Now Pichulin looks in the front. Just nobody home. Centering feed out. Now it's gone going the other way. Shot wide there by the crunch. Creates a bit of a mess. Played up to the blue line and not held in. Shoveled ahead for Pichulin. The blue line. Schroeder trying to get it deep, but couldn't. Here comes Johnson off the bench. Big hit there from the crunch player. He just skates straight to the box. Oh man. Is that one yours? Yeah, in a couple years you're gonna get a game puck for that. They look good. But unfortunately that's a penalty here today, so. So the Bulls go on a power play, 1:46 left in this game. It was a nice hit, but against the rules, they say. Offensive zone faceoff. Ocho, Johnson, Friedel, Pisa, McGlynn, and a timeout. Oh, my arm's getting tired. I don't have time for this. Let's move on with it, guys. What a hit. Well, 1:46 left in the game. 1.5 minutes up on the power play for the Bulls. 2-0, we lead. Hoping to keep it that way. All right, here we go. Yeah, it looks like the Facebook feed, you can't tell. I don't shake as much and move as much. But yeah, doing it on YouTube, I guess maybe the... Watch this. Yeah, it's focusing in on the netting, sorry, but the YouTube feed, it doesn't seem as stable. Yeah. I think this crunch team, like I said earlier, has several younger players. It might be a team to keep an eye on in the future. 2-0 we lead. So we go to the power play. A long time out here. 1:46 left in the game. Just looking to see this one out till the end. So Ocho comes out with Johnson and Friedel, your deep pair here, McGlynn, Miles, Pisa. Coach still talking to the ref a little bit there. Face-off won by Ocho to the stick of Friedel, just kind of giving away there, though. Wrapped hard around the boards, up the half wall. Held in McGlynn. Picked up, though. Nice play. Oh, dropped right in the middle. And then played wide by Friedel. Friedel picks it up, moves it ahead to Johnson at half ice. Johnson's going to gain the blue line, just dump it in. A little over a minute left in this game. We lead 2-0. Goals from Ocho and Johnson. Held in here, Ocho. Draw to the blue line for Pisa. Shot wide for Johnson. Johnson now pushed off the puck, but hangs on until it's taken over there by the Crunch. Now to the blue line, past the stick of McGlynn. Picked up here, though, by Ocho Terrena. 47 seconds left in this game. We lead 2-0. Friedel tried to get it in deep, couldn't. Schroeder's over the boards. Dudley's over the boards. Petruska's over the boards. Johnson's still out. Friedel's still out. They finally do come off, Johnson and Friedel, replaced by Howell and Miller. Here come the Crunch going the other way, though. Picked up by Dudley. 15 seconds left in this game. They really just kind of skate the timer out. Ahead to Miller at the blue line. Not held in. Here comes Mark Schroeder. 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Oh, shot high. That'll be the end of the game. Well, we won 2-0. Despite our best efforts. Hi, kid. We win 2-0, so 1-1 on the day. Hoping for better, but we'll take the second win. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I probably got a little bit of kinks to work out on the YouTube feed. Thanks for joining me. For those of you that did, for those of you that couldn't, go back to the Facebook page and read the instructions there. All you have to do is click on my link at the time that we're supposed to play, and then it'll say that I'm live, and you just click on that part, and you can watch the game. So go Bulls. We win game 2, 2-0. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next time.